Hello, everyone. My name is Anatoly Zhiglevsky. You can see who I am from this channel. This one is a short, brief discussion about what I learned and what I observed in Somaliland during my 5 months visit from December to May. December 2025, May 2026. Came back about 2 weeks ago. Now I'm in Spain in a cafe, okay, recovering from my trip. And I summarize my impression briefly. Lots of references to my previous videos. There will be specific reference links shown in the description. Okay, main features of Somaliland, which is positive, negatives. Of course, too much poverty. It's a poor country. As I mentioned many times, it's 80% is $2 a day. Uh, Too much attention to tribes or clans, the same thing. All discussions always start between themselves. Oh, which tribe are you? And, which is good and bad. Mostly bad, but a little bit good. Um, so, what are the features? Features is a very young age. Um, ChatGPT says woman on average has 6 children, but some women don't make any children. So if it is six, and I know about eight on average, according to my counting, but maybe six. Some women have many more. Um, and I talk about that in videos as well. Um, Contrarily to what governments, all governments basically in the whole world say, it's very safe. At least that's my impression. It may not be safe, but my impression it's safe. I walked in the streets myself many times and didn't feel any danger. Maybe in the beginning I wasn't confident, but 5 months, it's a long time. Um, of course, it's a harsh environment. It's, at least in Berbera, because I lived in Berbera, it's very hot. Uh, Little rain. In fact, it was one rain per year only, but it was big rain. Again, there was a video about that. It was very big rain, and half of Berbera was flooded and stuff like that. That was end of March. Main asset of the country is young people. There's many, it's a very young country. Uh, that could be used by the whole world. Of course, it's not used properly. Uh, Several reasons. People are not no system. People are not very educated, despite young people are very nice mostly and hardworking and stuff like that. Don't know how the world can use young people, because Western world cannot produce any more people. But um, Somaliland has good people. Plus animals, of course. That's the main export uh, country, animals. I already talked about that quite a lot. Um, Strangely enough, the country has problem with migrants. Uh, this country is relatively peaceful. There are small wars on the boundaries, on the borders with, of course, Puntland, and a little the other border on the other side is Djibouti. There are some clan wars. I talked about that as well in one of the videos. The main countries where migrants are coming to Somaliland is Yemen, Ethiopia, Sudan. Ethiopia has wars everywhere, and there's academia, laws, and harsh life there. Yemen, okay, Sudan, other countries. Country needs help, needs investment. Now Israel recognized country, so country is not that unrecognized. Okay, lots of discussion in the press, but if somebody has desire to help, Uh, Easy help could be, and it's cheap, digging wells to provide herders with water. One well would cost about $10,000, and that would provide water 100-ish people who would be very, very happy. They have groundwater in many places, but drinking water, drinking for animals as well, uh, that would be big help. And I saw how it's going. It's in one of my videos. Another possible help, providing free food to children because there are some malnutrition going on. I talked about that in a video about price of life. Uh, Maybe, of course, it's not shouldn't be completely free because people should deserve it and should work for this, like school children and stuff like that. Of course, country needs education, improving education, medicine, etc. Only half of the young population go to school because the other half is looking after camels and goats. And the pharmacy shop is so you need to see the pharmacy shop. There is basically nothing there. So don't know. Of course, I didn't need doctors, so I don't know the GP business and stuff. Okay, cultural difference with Europe, Russia, and other countries where I lived. I lived almost 30 years in UK, maybe even more than 30 years. Couple of years, up to 3 years altogether, maybe in France, and of course, I lived a long time in Russia before moving to the West, and I've been to many other countries. Anyway, the extremely big difference is the role of a woman in the society and men. So here, not like in the Western world, hardly any difference between man and woman, but here there is a huge difference between the role of a woman, the role of a man. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's much more traditional. So the men look like a man. They look after themselves. They're well dressed, much better actually than in European streets. Cleanly, even in my videos, in herders were cleanly dressed, and they despite there is so much dust in the street, they clean their shoes several times a day. Okay, so they service everywhere in their streets, and they use that. So their shoes are very shiny. Um, then women, the women have different role in the society. Usually, it's housewives. Very very few working women. Uh, uh, in the cafes, you don't see women. Maybe they sit inside, but not outside. It's only men. Um, Look at my videos about football fans because the football fans it's opposite. So it's only women are football fans basically. The men are silent and looking at their mobiles, but women are very vocal, which is totally different from here. Um, uh, the rules of behavior in the society are different. Like having sex before marriage is not uh, common. Basically, it's not welcomed, which is very very old traditional and stuff like that. Different than from here. A little bit, my comment, I mean, it's not ChatGPT, it doesn't confirm that. And I think there is not enough women here because some men have several wives, it's allowed. Yes, it's Islamic country. So Islamic country, Islamic laws for up to 4 wives, if you can provide for the families. But it's Islamic, but it's peaceful Islamic. All the radical Islamists, they go direct to prison, as I was explaining. So they suspect that you are radical, and they go to prison, which is extremely good way, and that's why country is so peaceful. Um, Another strange thing, cultural thing, is that they don't like to thank you. Okay, I already explained that I gave hundreds and hundreds of times money to people, not a single thank you I got back. We took people for hijack, not hijack. Uh, gave ride to people because we have a car and people always need a ride. No, thank you. Then especially teenagers. Teenagers are aggressive. Okay, when they grow up, strangely enough, maybe they understand life when they are already 20 plus, or maybe even they become normal and nice people and very good workers as well. We build a house and are very very good workers. But teenagers they need work because teenagers belong to the street, and the street is a street. It's when families have so many children that it's always older children are looking after younger children. Um, okay, another thing is beggars, of course. What are beggars? Beggars are a very significant part of population. Even if somebody talks to you in the street, uh, okay, when somebody talks to you in the street, there is a very high chance, bigger than 50%, that he will ask money at the end of a conversation. Beggars just ask money from the beginning. So beggars are, in fact, more direct and more honest than just people who want to talk and then they ask for money anyway. Um, so my personal experience, negatives are I had too much attention by people because of my color, and from flies after that rain. And of course, it was too hot at the end, especially. Okay, uh, frequent power cuts. It's a little bit annoying. Okay, we bought, of course, air conditioner, but sometimes the power cuts were for half a day more. So my attention by people because yeah, especially in the beginning, I was saying yes, I'm British. So and the relation by basically people were that since I'm British, I'm colonizer and plus rich because of my skin color. Then, as a consequence, I owe them a lot of money. So they were basically saying that. In fact, I got much better discussions with people when I started to say that I'm China. So they don't. Maybe Russians are more poor or something, but at least they will kind of better attitude towards me. And also in Berbera, they have this Moscow uh, village, as I already discussed in first, second video. Because there are lots of positives, new experience, excellent food, cheap, cheap for me, but not cheap for everybody. See the links to that discussion. Uh, and I lost 14 kilos. That's another discussion, but without trying to lose. Um, okay, now it's a politicization claim. So when I got back, I've got 4 or 5 kilos back within a week. So not because I was eating, just because maybe because it was too hot. And anyway, um, final remarks. People of Somaliland are poor, but they look to the future with hope and optimism, and they're peaceful, and they deserve much more respect and help from the so-called civilized world. Thank you.